Welcome to the Greenhorn Travelers channel.
Bourton-on-the-Water has a model of itself. Built in 1937 in the garden of the old New Inn, it is a 1/9 scale recreation of the entire village, the stone bridges, the River Windrush, the church, the houses, rendered in the same Cotswold limestone as the original. And inside the model, if you look closely, there is a model of the model. And inside that, there is another. The Cotswolds is many things, but it is also, apparently, recursive. This is where you end up if you drive south from Bibury. They are 9 miles apart, connected by country lanes that cut through the kind of English landscape that people travel from other continents to see. It makes sense to do both in a single day. They are also, in almost every other respect, completely different. Bibury comes first, and it comes early. The village is most itself before 9 in the morning, before the car park fills and the lane in front of Arlington Row becomes a narrow corridor of raised fawns. Arlington Row is the reason most people come, a terrace of weavers' cottages built in the 17th century from honey-colored limestone, leaning slightly forward over the River Colne, so old and so photogenic that the image was chosen for the inside of the British passport. Every British citizen carries a picture of Bibury. Most have never been. At the right hour, the river runs clear over gravel and the ducks move against the current and the only sound is water. William Morris, the artist and designer, came here in the 19th century and called it the most beautiful village in England. Standing on the small footbridge before the day has started, it is not a difficult case to make. But Bibury rewards the patient visitor with more than Arlington Row. A short walk upstream, the Bibury Trout Farm has been operating on the River Colne since 1902. It is a working farm, not a heritage attraction, not a themed experience, where the fish are raised commercially and visitors happen to be welcome. The combination is very English. Beyond the farm, the village quiets further. St. Mary's Church dates to Saxon times, its churchyard older than the Norman conquest, its interior cool and plain and almost always empty regardless of what is happening on the lane outside. Then the lanes to Bourton. The approach to Bourton-on-the-Water is unremarkable until the village opens and the River Windrush appears, running directly through the center between low stone footbridges, with the high street on both banks and the water flowing fast and clear between them. This is why it is called the Venice of the Cotswolds, a comparison that says something useful about the layout and nothing at all about the atmosphere, because Bourton is very much an English village that gets extremely busy in the middle of the day and shows no signs of being embarrassed about it. The model village is in the garden behind the old New Inn, and the entrance fee is modest. What it offers is genuinely strange. The entire village is reproduced at 1/9 of its actual size, every bridge, every building, the church tower, the river running in miniature through miniature channels. Visitors walk through it at a scale that makes them feel briefly enormous. And somewhere in the model, if you find it, is the model of the model, a recreation of the recreation, shrunk again, the detail becoming too small to read. It was built in 1937 by a landlord who wanted to keep his customers entertained during the war years, and it has been there ever since, maintained and periodically updated to reflect changes in the real village above it. The Cotswold Motoring Museum occupies a converted mill building a short walk away, vintage cars, motorcycles, and the original Bumblebee, the yellow car from the 1970s television series that no visitor under 40 will recognize and no visitor over 50 will walk past without stopping. By late afternoon, when the day trip coaches have gone and the light comes low across the Windrush, Bourton recovers something of itself. The bridge is empty. The river sounds louder. The village that was, for several hours, a backdrop becomes a place again. Two villages, 9 miles apart, and between them almost everything the Cotswolds has to offer. One is quietest at dawn. The other is best at dusk. Plan accordingly.
Please leave a comment to share your thoughts and queries.